So as you may have seen over on my social media, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars has just been picked up by two production companies. These would be Made Up Stories and Snoot Entertainment, with the intent of turning To Sleep in a Sea of Stars into a feature film. I know, exciting, right? Woohoo! The deal is that my sister and I will be co-writing the screenplay, and we'll also be executive producing. This deal has actually been in the works for a while. It didn't just happen since the publication of the book. This has been something we've been working on and taking meetings for quite a while now. And we felt that Made Up Stories and Snoot Entertainment were the perfect home for this product. Now, Made Up Stories has done some great projects, as has Snoot Entertainment. And we also have a friend, Bradley Trevor Grieve, who's a great person and a great author who just made a film with Made Up Stories and had a great experience. So we feel very confident we are working with the right people. And that's important, as I and my team have learned over the years. If you have to choose between a great deal on paper versus just working with the people you trust and know, you work with the people you trust and know and that you believe in, because that's no guarantee that the final product will be good, but it's a great starting place to have a good team that are people who are passionate about a project. That's where you need to start. So I don't talk about the Eragon film too much in public for obvious reasons. If some of you have been to my public events, you may have heard me say a bit more. However, that experience left me absolutely convinced that if there were to be more adaptations of my work in the future, I needed to be much more closely involved, because that wasn't the case with the Eragon film. So the lines of communication in that situation were not clear. And we're very happy with the team at Made Up Stories and Snoot Entertainment, very comfortable with them, and I think this is going to be a wonderful collaborative process. So there's going to be a lot that I won't be able to share with you guys over the next couple of months. There's a lot that I haven't been able to share up to this point, and that's because there are a lot of behind-the-scenes conversations that happen that really don't need to be shared in public. But I am excited and determined to share as much as I can with you through this process. There was so much that happened with the Eragon film that I never did get to share with you, and it was some really cool stuff, honestly. And that was all, of course, before social media. So now that social media is here, now that YouTube is here, I think I can approach this in a different way. There will be a bit of radio silence for the next couple of months, as I said, because the next step is going to be working on the screenplay for the book. And it's going to be quite a process, because it's an extremely large book with a huge amount of story in it. Condensing that into a screenplay is a process. Fortunately, my sister and I have done this before. We've actually written some screenplays before, and we even sold one. And I have to give all credit here. My sister, Angela, did the bulk of the work on that screenplay. And as I said, we sold a screenplay. We didn't opt it. We actually sold it. So we have a bit of an idea of what we're doing here, and we're very much looking forward to tackling this and doing justice to the book, and hopefully producing a real kick-ass film, because that's the goal here. I say that, but at the same time, kick-ass isn't even the right word, because it's more that I want to capture the heart of the story, which is Kira and her journey and her relationship with the characters and with the soft blade and all of that. So that's going to be the fun bit. Now, I'm not being pretentious here with my typewriter. This is my typewriter. This is actually how I write a number of my notes and how I'm working out plot points and other outline stuff for the script. And the reason I do it this way is because if I write by hand but too much, I start getting a little bit of tendonitis in my thumb, and that's sort of the side effect of signing something like 25,000 pages this year for various signed editions of To Sleep and Eragon and the like. And I also do a lot of typing on the computer, and for some reason, typing on a typewriter, it requires so much more effort that I stop using my little muscles of my finger, and I'm just using my whole arm to come down on the keys, and it really reduces the tendonitis for some reason. So I decided to embrace my inner hipster and use a antique typewriter to write the notes for the screenplay. So that should be fun. aside from that, I think that's most of the news. As I said, I will keep all of you up to date and give you more information as I can share it, whether that's screenplay news or concept art or casting information or anything like that. Making a movie, and this is my one disclaimer, making a movie is a difficult enterprise even under the best of circumstances. There's no guarantee of success, as I said. But at the very least, this is going to be an awesome experience, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me as much as I can. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to be back in this position after all these years. You know, for years I've been my team and I've been sort of just holed up planning and plotting and waiting for when the next book was going to be ready. And that just took time. You know, you can't do anything if you don't have something to do it with. There are a couple of ways to interpret that, but you know what I mean. So it's really awesome that To Sleep is finally out, and you're going to continue to see more things related to the book and to the Fractalverse coming out on hopefully a sort of rolling basis over the next couple of months and over the next year or so. So anyway, that's the news. I hope you're excited as I am. I will continue to update you when I can. And just an additional note, if any of you are interested in participating professionally in some way with the film, I know I kind of mentioned casting earlier. If there are opportunities to do that, I will certainly mention it on social media and elsewhere. Also, because I know this has been a major question on Twitter and elsewhere, and I'm sure many of you are wondering this, what about Eragon? What about the inheritance cycle? Well, at the moment, the film rights for Eragon are owned by Disney. Disney bought Fox, which made the Eragon film. Disney bought Fox, it was a year ago, 2 years ago now. And we haven't had any formal talks with them. I'm certainly interested in moving forward with a reboot at some point. If they are interested, that would be wonderful, and I'd be very excited and happy to work with them. At the moment, my plate is very full with To Sleep in a Sea of Stars and the associated projects, but there's always room there for Eragon and doing something with that. So hope is not lost with Eragon. I'm sure that at some point we will see a new version of it, and I would love to be involved with that, love to write the screenplay, love to just, participate as much as possible to make a good product and also to give the film a different feel. I think that there is something in Eragon that could be brought out, especially in a film, which would really make it stand out from, other fantasy films we've seen. So that would be something I'd be very excited to see and do. But that's the answer for now. I don't have any news on the Eragon front at the exact moment. If that changes again, I will be sure to put out a video. And in the meantime, I hope you're all doing well. Go forth, be awesome, and I'll be back soon.